Okay, good evening. Monday night, February the 12th. It's about 9 o'clock at night, p.m. Pacific. I'm going to get started. Actually was off the last couple of days, so I missed. I exited from last week's position, basically from my entry here at 124.70. I exited half at 23.25. And then I went in again at 124.100. I exited half again and actually, I'm sorry, I exited half at 23.25, and then I put my new stop at 23.14, and I pretty much exited my position at around 122.27 once the low of 122.07 or 06 made its low. I basically put my stop loss here at 122.27, and yesterday, Sunday, price started to make its way up. I wasn't able to look at the market today due to work, and I kind of missed the particular opportunity, but I do have a buy in at around 122.90. So it is highly possible that price will continue to go up as it's doing currently, but I do see an opportunity. I may go short right here at 123.25 or 123.20, and I'll expect it to come back down possibly to at least 122.90 or 80. So we shall see how this works, because keep in mind, wave C, it could be complete, but it may not be complete. Now if you look at it on the 15-minute chart here, this is wave 3, and then you have the A, B, C for A, the A, B, C for B, like we talked about last week, and now you have a possibly, you can do 1 here, 2 here, then 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 1. No, you can't do that. So you have a 1 here, probably a 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for another 1, 2 count, and then you have a 1, A, B, C, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3 here. Maybe an A, B, C. No, this is probably a 3. It's very difficult to do Elliott on smaller time frames, but it clearly does appear to be a 5-wave move down, but it can be a 5-wave move down for wave 3 versus wave C, and now you can have A, B, then possibly C for 4 here, with another move down to around 121.60. So this is hence the reason why I may go short at around 121, let's say between 15 and 20, with the stop more than likely at about 121. Let's see, it'll more than likely be about 121.40, 121.40, 121.45, give or take. But that's if price does get here. If it goes to 123.20, I'll definitely go short, and I'll expect it to come back and at least hit this particular level of 22.86. That's a relatively 40 pip scalp, or it will hit this 122.65 level, and then price may break out. Now the long entry was pretty much met earlier today once price broke 122.85. So to me that signaled, this is why the turquoise is here, that did signal a new buy. But when price does go above my turquoise resistance line, I always expect a pullback. So that's why I said it's possible that price will either pull back from current levels, it will go up here, pull back to 22.65, I'm sorry, 85, or closer to 22.65. And then at that point, if this particular level finds support, or this level finds support, you should expect a move to the upside with some high volatility, most likely towards the end of the week after Wednesday. So I no longer need any of this original stops and all that old stuff, but for the sake of keeping this video short, I'll do that another time. So with this, you can clearly see that the top is 3, this is A, then B, and then it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 for 3, and then you can do an A, expanded flat B, and then it's possibly C of 4, and then it could be one more wave down where wave 4 of 1 lesser degree ended, which was roughly at around 121.65 or so. If price does continue higher, then on the Ichimoku cloud level, you should see some resistance at around 23.65 for sure. That will definitely tell me at that point that it is highly possible that the bottom is in place, and you should see if once you get a breakout above 23.65, that will be wave 1 of 5. So that's enough for the euro. I do expect some volatility within the next couple of days. It's just a matter of which direction. If it does find a little bit of support at those levels I spoke of a couple of minutes ago, then I'm expecting the direction to go up. However, if it breaks through that particular support level, then clearly we have a sell. That's enough with the euro. Let's get on to Bitcoin and all those other things. So let's go with gold. Here's the gold 60-minute chart. I expect gold to rise over the next couple of days, and if it does do that, it has to break 1334. What's more than likely going to happen over the next couple of days is price is probably going to find a bit of a resistance here, which is pretty much already kind of did twice over the last couple of days. But once it breaks 1330, it'll hover between 1330 and 1334, and then we should see some volatility within the next 2 to 3 days. And at that point, you should see gold start to make its rise. And if the gold is going to make its rise, then the dollar is going to become weaker. So hence that's the reason why I'm expecting a move to the upside in the euro versus the dollar. On the flip side, if price finds resistance at the 1330 level and it does not break 1334, well then chances are it's going to come do a retest back at the 1308 level. So you pick your choice. Based on my analysis, it looks like price should break 1334 and continue higher. It's very difficult to see on this chart because I barely have anything. Let's see if I can make it a little bit better. Let's probably do a 4 hour or so. Let's see. Alright, cool. So yeah, as you can clearly see, since the start of the year and last year, price has been going up. And however, over the past month or so, price it failed to go below 1308, and I believe that 1308 signaled the particular support level, and now it just needs to break 1334 to continue to go back above 1370. So that's how I'm looking at the gold. Moving on. This is the S&P 500, the ES. Now, yesterday or so, or earlier today, price did break the 2637 level that I was expecting for a buy signal. So what I'm expecting in this particular market is price to come back to the 2637 level, find a bit of support, if not here, maybe towards the 26. No, it's going to be a little too low. I'm expecting it to come back to the 2637 level, find a bit of support or somewhere above it, and then continue higher. Once it breaks 26.67, then it should continue to 96, I'm sorry, 27.02, and then you should see a breakout. I'm expecting majority of these pairs and these markets to show some volatility, more than likely between Wednesday and Friday, somewhere around there, probably by the 15th. So we'll see how that goes. If price penetrates and breaks 26.36, clearly you can see my resistance level is 25.94 from there, 25.64, 25.48, 25.28, and I also got 25.11. So clearly you can take a snapshot if you like, Those are the levels, and they're pretty good levels based off of Fibonacci and harmonics. I've been doing these videos for 2 months now, so they're pretty good. They're decent. They're good enough to make some money off of. So moving on to, I think, Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash right now is trading between two weekly levels. You have the 1163 level for support, and you have the 1355 resistance level. At this point with Bitcoin, Cash is just difficult to say. It's either going to break 1163 and then continue down from 11 to 9, or possibly 805, or possibly 841. But if it goes higher, it has to break 1355 in order to go to 1520 and a lot higher levels, which at that point I will put more resistance levels in, because I'm not sure which way this particular market is going to go. And I don't even want to talk too much about it, because it has, as you clearly can see, since the 8th of the month, it hasn't really been doing anything. So for the last 5 or so days, it has pretty much been bouncing between 1355 and about 1170. So not much. Last but not least will be Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, to me, it's so far it's found its low at the 59 level. That doesn't mean that it won't continue lower though. So I'm expecting price, if it breaks 9500, 9510, we should see some volatility to the upside. On the flip side, if it breaks 8060, 8060, then it's highly possible that it's going to either retest 5900, the 5945 low, or it can make a new low at 4450 basically. If it goes to 4450, I'm expecting that to be the low, and I'm expecting wave C of 4 to be complete, and now I'm expecting to move sharply to the upside. If it doesn't, then this particular low of 59.45 should hold. The problem with Bitcoin over these past couple of weeks is that the trend is down. So until price breaks above 9,500, it's very difficult to call the current low the low. So with that being said, until price goes above 95.10, you can expect room to the downside. However, if price holds at 8060, then you should see a bounce from that level and a continuance upwards. That's pretty much all I have with Bitcoin. If you look at it on a 240-minute chart, this is either wave 3 or wave 5, the top. That's the very top that was a couple of months ago. You clearly see a 5-way move down for A. You clearly see an A here, a B here, and a C here for B. Now you can do 1, you can do 2, then you can do another 1, and then a 2, and now you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, and instead of this being wave C, this can be 3 of C, to which now this particular move here will be 4 of C, and then you have one more move below, which will find its support at around 44.50, like I suggested. Now the alternative is you start again at the top of B, and then you have a 1 here, and then you have a 2, You have a, this is very difficult to say this is a 3 because the measurements don't look like a 3, but it is an impulsive drop. And it is an impulsive drop from 14 to 9 versus, let's see, 17 to 12. It's about clearly close to the same measurement, but then you have wave 5 being the longest. So, I mean, in Elliott, wave 3 can't be the shortest out of the impulsive wave 1, 3, and 5. So, the only other alternative is that you say that this is just an ABC. So then you have basically this is a B, and now you have this is an A of C, you have a B of C, and then you have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically. And this is the end. From the look of this, if I have to just give, just for looking at it from an Elliott perspective, it does look like price may come back to 4,900. It may find one more low. I do count 5 waves down, but it's a force count, and when you force count, you most likely you're always wrong. But on the flip side of this, if I'm looking at it from a support and resistance level, it is once it breaks one or the other, then you have a buy or sell. So that's the best advice I can give without trying to have a 30-minute talk session about what's going on with Bitcoin. There's plenty other people who can give you their analysis on it, and the majority of it is BS. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to just make simple, short 5 to 10 minute videos. You look at the support and resistance levels. You look at Elliott. If you already know how to trade, you can see it. If you take the trade, you do. If you don't take the trade, so be it. And hopefully people can learn, ask questions, and we grow. Right now, as you can see, price in the euro as I end this particular video, it went to 23.14. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sell at 23.20. I got a hunch based on my analysis that it's going to go a little higher over the next couple of hours. It's going to find some resistance either at the 23.20 or the 23.25, and it's going to bounce. Either way, it's going to be like a 30 to 40 pip scalp. That's what I'm suggesting. Now, if it does not go up, so be it. It's going to come back down to these levels. It's going to pop me in, and at that point, I'll exit this one and let it ride up. So I hope this helped, and I should have something tomorrow. Happy trading.